My name is Juan Sanchez. I am a professor of medicine at the University of Valencia and cardiologist at the University Clinic Hospital of Valencia. I am going to present my article entitled Influence of Comorbid Conditions on One-Year Outcomes in Non-ST Segment Elevation Acute Coronary Syndrome, which is scheduled to appear in the April issue of Mayo Clinic Proceedings. Elderly patients constitute a high proportion of the population hospitalized for an acute coronary syndrome. Many of them have comorbid conditions that can influence their management and prognosis. However, comorbid conditions are not usually documented and consequently not used in clinical trials and registries. The Charlson Index and the Coronary Artery Disease Specific Index, based on the Charlson Index, are the best-known comorbidity indices. The Charlson Index derived from patients admitted to the internal medicine department with a wide spectrum of diseases other than acute coronary syndrome. Furthermore, its complexity discourages its use. The aim of our study was to identify the comorbid conditions that were more prevalent and had greater prognostic relevance in patients with non-ST elevation acute coronary syndrome. A total of 1,017 consecutive patients admitted to the University Clinic Hospital of Valencia with a non-ST elevation acute coronary syndrome were included. Comorbid conditions, including risk factors and all 17 components of the Charlson Comorbidity Index, were recorded. The main outcome was 1 year total mortality. During follow-up, 103 patients died. First of all, we developed a base predictive model without comorbidities, which included age, sex, and predictive variables related to acute coronary syndrome, such as admission heart failure, ST segment depression, troponin elevation, and white blood cell count. After adjusting for this base model, 5 comorbid conditions predicted mortality: severe or moderate renal failure, dementia, peripheral artery disease, previous heart failure, and previous myocardial infarction. A simple comorbidity index was developed using these variables. Adding to the base model the simple index, the Charlson Index, or the coronary artery disease specific index resulted in significant gain in discrimination using the IDI test. To point out, no statistically significant differences in the IDI were found between the simple index, despite its simplicity, and the other indices. Finally, the performance of the simple comorbidity index was tested in an external validation cohort from the Clinic Hospital of Barcelona. Overall, the performance and transportability of our prediction model was credible and robust. A matter left open to discussion after this study is which management strategy should be implemented once comorbid patients are identified. In our series, the cardiac catheterization rate was lower in patients with higher comorbidity. The paradox of applying maximum resources to lower risk patients is a constant in national and international registries. According to our data, in patients with comorbidity conditions, most events occur early after acute coronary syndrome, suggesting that therapeutic management during hospitalization would be of key importance. Although it is plausible to speculate that an invasive approach could have potential benefit in this population, the optimal management of non-ST elevation acute coronary syndrome with comorbid conditions warrants further investigation.
We hope you benefited from this presentation based on the content of Mayo Clinic Proceedings. Our journal's mission is to promote the best interests of patients by advancing the knowledge and professionalism of the physician community. If you're interested in more information about Mayo Clinic proceedings, visit our website at www.mayoclinicproceedings.org. There you will find additional videos on our YouTube channel, and you can follow us on Twitter. For more information on healthcare at Mayo Clinic, please visit www.mayoclinic.org. This video content is copyrighted by Mayo Foundation for Medical Education and Research.